Welcome to episode 51!
It's the last episode. We're dying. Bye.
It's not the last episode. So
we are dying.
Little disclaimer: this will be the last episode that we will be playing of this campaign for a while. Due to scheduling conflicts, we have to kind of sort of split parties, so to speak, and we don't want to lose any of the characters. So this game will be temporarily tabled until summer, but hopefully you enjoy this last session until then. Who knows? It might take Ralph until summer to post all of these.
I'm like, hold the fuck on. So the last episode I posted, episode 47, goes up January 31st at 10:30 a.m., which is, by the way, tomorrow.
Okay, so maybe not that, but we should hopefully be back to this campaign during the summer. Looking forward to that, but until then, welcome to episode 51 of Discordant Whispers. Does anybody want to give a recap of last session?
We kicked a goddamn phoenix into the ground like he was our little fucking bitch.
It was an archdruid who turned into a lion or tiger, turned into a chimera, and also turned in a bear.
No, everyone stop. Let Ralph do this. Please, Ralph. Keep going. Wait.
So there was this elemental in the background just doing nothing because he was a little bitch. We fought the archdruid, and he was just like, "Rawr, lol, let me turn into a bear." And then he put on some really dark eyeliner on and started trying to fight, but it didn't do too well because we just kept getting like the crits, the nasty crits, right? And then later on, he's just like, fuck that. Then he turns into like a lion or maybe some other like quadrupedal animal. I'm not quite too sure. I was too busy kicking so much ass. Nah, not only his ass, but my party's ass as well. So Ralph must have secretly been recently going over audio. Yeah, sorta. And then we kicked that ass, and since he's an archdruid, he could I could do this all day, kind of like Captain America, but not really. But like at that point, we was like, you know what? Nah, son, we can't be doing this no more. So Dr. Daergram was like, okay, we're gonna do this the right way the first time. So I was just like, you have been banished. But before he did that, he gave everyone like super advantage because this guy failed his wisdom save on something, and he was prone, and everyone was just like stab it, kshleika, kind of like Coach Hines and Mad TV did that one time when Yamanashi was pissing him off. Anyways, we beat the shit out of him, and then we banished him, but we didn't actually do that. That was the plan. What actually happened was when he was on the floor, face down, ass up, Cathixis, this motherfucker was just like, yo, Pimp walks over to him and was like, yo, you see this bag? And then he was like, I can't move, bro. I can't move. So he did his like mind rape thing where he just talks him into mind, and all of a sudden he was just like, oh shit, that's a bag of devouring, brah. What are you gonna do with that? And Cathixis was just like, with his tentacle, and then all of a sudden he's like, nah, man, I'm about to pee myself. I give up. I surrender. And then like we ended the fight there.
Right. Before we say anything, you know how I'm imagining this entire retelling going as? That guy from fucking Ant-Man. That's what I'm imagining.
That's yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I feel like I need to take a nap now. I feel like I'm burnt out after that explanation.
That was pretty close, right?
Well, I mean,
also, that wasn't even half of the session.
Yeah.
that wasn't even half of the session, but
That was like the first 10 minutes, and he's like, oh, that's all that happened, right?
It was not like 10 minutes. We fought that dude for like at least 5 rounds.
but okay, so
Weren't we fighting him the day before, like the session before?
yeah, you started
Yeah.
fighting him the session before, and then we had to finish the battle the next session.
And it took maybe 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I was saying, we got a hero's meal out of it. We got 2 of them, by the way.
You did. Yeah.
See, I pay
You
attention.
did.
Alright, bud.
You did. You know what, Ralph? Just take an extra 250 experience.
Fuck yeah.
You're giving him positive experience for this?
Yeah.
That was, I mean, what? That was amazing.
You know
Was
how
it?
out of breath I was, yo?
I feel like we listened to 2 very different things.
Yeah, and he's the one who sorta goes over the audio and posts the content.
Yeah.
I was just trying to find those pictures.
I have no words. I have no words. Okay, so anyway, so what happened last session is, did someone want to give a more cohesive and quick recap?
We beat the guy, and then we convinced his little fuckers to follow us. Well, to get the fuck out of that lady's grasp. Done.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And
Volva.
did you get them to the place? Volga.
Volva.
Jesus Christ. No.
Alright, Bill Furry.
Oh. So, and if for nothing, I'm glad we're tabling this section for a while. Maybe you guys can forget about those fucking furries.
Except that Benny's Steam avatar is Bill Furry.
Fucking
So every single time I see him on Steam. See.
I hate you guys. So yeah, so that's where you are. You're currently where you were last let off is you are in front of this cave that you found for the Goliath tribe to stay in and make their new home. They set up a second hero's meal for you, and you guys have just now been able to go to sleep. Now, Ralph.
What's up?
So you guys go to sleep. You, Ralph, you open your eyes and you see a sort of endless kind of featureless plain that looks sort of glimmery, white and green, very pretty. And you feel a sort of sense of awe when you're there. And you hear a voice behind you that says, "My doctor."
Dude, where's that coming from? I look around.
So when you look around, you turn around, and behind you, you see this, what looks like a diminutive human woman with long blonde hair, platinum blonde, and she's wearing this sort of plain, just green shift strap. And she's standing there with this very passive look on her face and her hands folded in front of her, and her hands are resting on this shield.
Okay.
And she looks at you, and she says, "How have you been?"
Well, I've been okay, having to fight every day. Not kind of my thing, but it has to get done. Saving the world and all.
That's what I came to speak to you about, dear
Oh,
girl.
go on.
She kind of cocks her head to the side and looks at you again. She says, you do know who I am."
This is Ralph. I vaguely remember a halfling woman a few, months ago. Is this the same one?
No. Roll a religion check with advantage.
Oh, oh.
Even the rollbot doesn't want to give you that roll.
Is this my deity?
Well, we'll see if you recognize her.
Get a 1. with advantage, that'd be awesome.
There you go, 14.
14?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that should be good enough. So, you recognize this as Aethlin.
Oh, yes!
You recognize this as Aethlin, the goddess of pacifism.
My lady, what pleasure do I have you in my dreams? Vision?
Well, Daergram,
Fuck.
Daergram, just sit down.
I sit.
And she sits down next to you, lays the shield next to her. This is sort of a difficult conversation for me to have with you. You know I love all my children, and I don't like conflict, but this is the reason I've come to speak to you.
Oh.
You've become quite violent.
Oh.
You've become quite violent. One of the reasons that I favor you so much is because of how peaceful you are and the fact that you bring healing to this world. And you've been just causing so much damage. Why? Why, Daergram?
I have to fight to keep my friends safe.
You have to keep your friends. Yes, but why do you always immediately jump to violence instead of trying other methods?
To be honest, I'm not so good with words. I often get made fun of for having this voice.
Daergram, do you think that I'm really the goddess for you?
To be honest, I guess you're right about that. But like, my lady, who else would I worship?
Well, you can choose to worship someone other than me, although I'd hate to see you go. However, there is another path if you would choose it.
What is it?
So, the path of redemption, it's a difficult one, but if you are truly dedicated to the ideas of healing the world and bringing peace, then this is one that should suit you. It's better if I don't explain it. If you take this shield, you're choosing to stay with me and follow the path of redemption. If you choose to walk away from this shield, you are choosing to find another path. Where that leads you, I don't know. But know that I will always be with you and I will always care for you. Either way.
I stay with you.
So she smiles and she hands you she smiles and she lifts up the shield and she asks you to rise.
I stand up.
And she hands you this shield And she says, "This is the abuse of redemption. With it on you, you will be tested. And if you pass the test that it provides, you will be rewarded. If you fail the test, then you will be cast out of my life."
Oh wow, that's quite a load.
Yeah.
I have faith in you, Daergram. You rarely let me down, and I know that this was just a misstep of yours, which is why I'm giving you this opportunity. You truly are one of my favorite children. And she leans down and she kisses you on the forehead. And when she does this, you see this burst of white light, and you open your eyes again, and you are awake in this cave.
Is that a dream? And then I look over my equipment. Has my shield been replaced?
So, on top of your normal shield, you see this silver and platinum pristine shield with the face of a goddess on the front of it.
Is that the same goddess?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, he said platinum. It's shiny,
Mm-hmm. Very shiny.
not currency.
What
Okay.
happened?
No, the chat. Okay, so how long was I out for approximately? Is it like morning time or the equivalent of morning?
It's like super early morning, too early for most people to be up. You look around you, and you see people still kind of like sleeping.
Okay, so I'm gonna quietly grab my stuff and like head out to where there's no people, or at least no sleeping people. I don't want to like make too much of a fuss.
Okay.
So I'll inspect this shield. So it's just it looks like a regular shield with her face on it on the front. Do I feel any kind of like magical essence from it, or is it just a symbol of hers now?
No. What do you use to inspect the shield?
I guess that would be religion, right? Like never mind, because I would recognize the symbol already. So I don't have.
You could do religion or arcana for this.
Yeah, I'll do a religion.
Okay.
Never mind. 11.
You definitely believe that there's some magic to this shield. You don't really know what it is. You weren't able to really ascertain much about it. You have vague recallings of a shield in Athlin's legend. You don't know if this is the same one. In fact, you like highly doubt it because that was the shield of a god. That was not the shield of a
Okay.
But in this sense, it's magical. It's not. It's magical. But the magic seems settled.
Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna go find like a little like somewhere to sit down, and I guess my character will just have like a little like powwow with himself, and he'll be like, "Well, maybe I have been kind of violent. Maybe I could tone it down. Maybe I should be doing more for my fellow men. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe this shield will help me." And then I'll go back inside, and then I guess I'll just lay down until it's time for everyone to get up.
You can almost say it's a shield of faith.
Damn. I thought it was a shield of redemption.
It is a shield of redemption. Um, what that means, you don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah. So, who do we think wakes up first? Who out of you guys wakes up first?
Probably one of the elves.
I think
That was,
myself as well, because I slept right before the battle. Then I read on the trip, and then we slept again, so it was more of a nap for me.
yeah. Alright, so there's that. So you're awake, and then, who else? Who else does he need to sleep a lot? Is it Addison?
Yeah, I didn't sustain too much damage during the fight, and I was kind of relaxing during the trip riding honey. So I just probably slept like the bare minimum amount of time that I needed. Benefit from a long rest, and then I wake up and my
Alright. So, when you wake up, like, in the area that you guys are sleeping, because there really wasn't anywhere for you guys to, like, sleep indoors, per se, so you're all kind of just, like, you all just kind of, like, found a comfortable place in the cave, so you're all kind of scattered around the cave. And, like, you sort of take stock of everything that you see, and you notice everyone seems to be there, but Daergram is missing, but his shield is there.
Addison takes note of this and continues reading.
Okay. The same for you, Nomenclature. You take notice of the fact that everyone is there except Daergram, but his shield is there.
How big is the shield?
Dwarf size.
Okay.
To be your new home.
Ha!
What did you do?
I'll wake up and when I see like that everybody else is asleep and the Daergram's gone, I'll just assume that he's praying, because I haven't really built a relationship with Daergram. He's just healed me like twice, so I'm not really paying that too much mind. But I'll sit down and start reading that book again.
Interesting. Okay. Uh, no to fix this.
I built a relationship with that one guy in the cave, or like that area where we had to go like room to room to room to room. There's that.
So no, you had a relationship with that person when that person was alive. You didn't build the relationship. The relationship was already there.
Wait, Plato?
Not Plato.
No,
Yeah.
the little Gnostic.
This was like a year ago now.
Yeah.
No.
Little Gnostic.
Yeah, the Nothic that was using the wand of smiles.
Yeah.
It was his old friend and shit.
So anyway, the night goes on. More people start waking up. Ozone, to fix this, out of the two of you, who wakes up first?
Ozone can wake up.
All right. So when you wake up, you look around. You see some people starting to stir. You notice Addison and Nomenclature are awake and reading. Tavixis is still asleep. Daergram is not there, but his shield is there.
Does it look like does it look like Daergram got up and left? Like, is there some sort of evidence that that he voluntarily got up, rustled his stuff, and left? Or
Are you
just
going to
disappeared?
investigate to determine if you know that or not?
If that's what it takes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do investigation, which I'm really good at.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Okay, so that's not bad actually. So it doesn't it doesn't look like there was like any sort of like scuffle or anything.
But
His
it's
his
not
kind
like
of
everything's undisturbed and it looks like he was taken, like disappeared. I
no,
should
it
say.
doesn't look like he was taken. It doesn't look like he was taken. You don't okay. You don't really think he disappeared because you can see what looks like it may be footprints leading away from his leading away from where he was sleeping. Um, and they don't look like they were running or sort of fight, but they're kind of like headed away from the cave. But it doesn't look like there was any sort of altercation or being taken against his will or anything.
Alright, so Ozone will he'll say out loud, anybody see where Doc went?
I'll point to his shield and be like, he doesn't have a shield, so I don't think he went too far. He's probably praying somewhere. He is a priest.
Alright, so Ozone he'll just gather his things with the intention that I'm not gonna rush out, but with the intention to maybe just check up, make sure that Dr. Daergram's alright. So yeah, he'll just sort of pack up and just check. I'll leave my stuff there for the most part, like any things, and come back to the cave afterwards. But I'm gonna go step out and take a look.
Okay. And Daergram, how far away did you say you went?
To my bed.
You went to your bed?
Yeah.
Cave?
Yeah.
I really did a bad job of investigating then. I flip over the covers to see if he's under there.
I didn't realize you went back to the bed. I'm sorry. I did not hear that part.
Yeah, so when I see that Ozone like seems to be like actually up in arms about this, I'll be like, "Hey, are you gonna look for him?"
Yeah, I just want to make sure he's all right, and if nobody saw him leave, I don't know.
All right, I'll help you, I guess. I'm just kind of reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have to study on that book later.
Oh, the Sylvan. Yeah,
Yeah, we both have the same study guide over here.
you should let me know where you're at. I think I might be a little farther. So if you need any help, we can talk about that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
The best part is this means we could talk about our dope stupidity without having to deal with scrutiny from, grumpy face over there, and I'll point to the book that's hiding Addison's face.
What? What stupidity? What are you talking about?
Drugs.
I fucking hate you.
It's too early in the morning for that stuff, dude. I think you have a problem.
No, I said we could talk about it, not do it. Bruh, you think I'm gonna take mushrooms again? I gotta let the psilocybin flush out of my system before I try it again, man. Or else I'm just gonna be wasting the shrooms.
So as you guys are talking about this,
We're talking on the way out.
This is a conversation we're having while we're walking.
As you're talking on the way out, you see Daergram walking back to the cave. He's like dead in front of you, basically walking back along the same path it looks like he took.
I turn to Ozone, put my hand up and go, "We're the best investigators," and I'm waiting for a high five.
Sure, I'll offer the high five. It's like, it didn't take too long.
It's like, yeah, because we were on the search. Duh.
Roll perception check.
Sure. Oh my god, my perception's what, plus 13 now?
Yeah, so we'll say you just noticed.
I want to roll.
Okay,
Natural
fine.
20.
28.
Ooh, damn.
Okay, so you both noticed that Daergram is carrying a fancy schmancy new shield. This shield is very noticeably better than the shield he was
So he just
previously wielding.
Gandalf the whited us right
Yeah,
now.
he did. Except he didn't die first.
Right.
Steve.
Yeah, just the shield though.
Right.
I go, yo, where'd you get that? Is there a fucking merchant? Ozone, we should run and find them. And then I'll start like booking past Daergram before he even
What
answers.
nomenclature? What's your intelligence score?
It's 18. I'm just.
What's your
my
wisdom score?
I think it's also.
Also a
18.
17.
I rolled like.
Sorry, why are you acting like a moron?
He's high.
That, if anything, that should be my thing, and I'm the one that's like, wait, dude, there's no vendor. I don't think.
It's just the most logical thing. Like, where else would he have gotten the shield outside a fucking cave? There would have to be a merchant.
You know
A
how
sword
like
in the wilderness. Yeah, that's true.
He dug up a body.
you know like how in cartoons when you whiz by somebody and then like the guy like in the middle just starts spinning around because he just went so fast? I assume that's me at the moment.
Dope.
You ran past them? Why would you run past them?
No, I ran past him.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Alright.
Dude, sweet shield, dude.
Thank you. It was a gift.
Who gave you a gift out here?
God.
He got it from his mama.
I
God.
do I hear you as I'm running?
Was one of us.
Do you what?
I said, do I hear this while I'm running?
Probably not.
How far away did you get?
I have a movement speed of 25 feet, so I imagine running past him, I'm only like 10 feet behind him.
I would have said it pretty somberly.
So, you probably heard him say something. I don't think you heard the response.
I have a perception of plus 13. Just saying.
You don't have the hearing of a fucking true-sighted dragon.
10 feet? 10
Which is
feet?
also being also
So you heard him.
Nomenclature being in
What
the
I'm
eye.
gonna say, I'm gonna rule that. You heard him respond. You didn't hear the words he used to respond, but you heard a response.
Okay.
Now, if you want to turn around and choose to take a look at how Ozone's face looks when he responds, you might get the hint of something more.
So I'll turn back and be like, Ozone, are you coming to find this magic merchant?
No, dude, it's cool. His god gave him this. Must be fine out there.
Yo! I put both hands in front of me and just go up and down across my torso and be like, I got my shit from a magic lady too!
Yeah, you know, my ring kind of showed up with like another weird god too. I think. I don't know if you guys know him.
So when you say that nomenclature, you feel your armor tighten painfully around your midsection.
Is that a euphemism for like his scrotum is being now crushed?
No, like the whole midsection, like basically his chest and core, like the
I-
whole thing kind of like tightens.
His
I
torso?
take it off and burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wait.
It doesn't stay tight. It just constricts and then releases.
It's the devil! Sorry.
That's all the rage in France these days.
The devil?
Okay. All right. So like, dude, you're okay, right? Like, I don't know. I didn't see you in the bed this morning.
I mean, I'm okay. But I had a little talk with her.
Okay. Cool, man. Let's go have some breakfast or something. I'm hungry.
Yeah, that'll probably cheer me up. Food's always good. Let me just... You go on ahead. I'm gonna go just pick up my stuff.
Cool, man. Take care of yourself. Like, do that.
So,
I pat him on
are
the
you
back.
gonna dual wield 2 shields?
No.
Knowing him, he probably would.
That's an improvised weapon? It does no proficiency to it? Nah, brah.
Is
Improvised armor.
Is that how Daergram responds? Nah, bruh. His voice completely changes.
You got it. So, so Kha'Zix, you wake up, you see that Ozone and Nomenclature they're not where they went to sleep. Like they've kind of like gotten up and left. Addison is reading their book calmly over in the corner. The other Goliath are like kind of starting to kind of set up for their day.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and I guess like pack up my stuff, eat,
Mm-hmm.
and then just meditate.
Okay, cool.
I have become one with myself.
So, Ozone, you said you were doing what?
No, we were just gonna come back. I think Daergram said he was gonna
Like-
hang back. But yeah, I was just gonna come back now that things were cool. There was nothing going on.
Okay, cool. So you guys go
Gods.
back.
Other than gods just handing out magic.
To be clear, Raven Queen is not a god.
I said magic lady when I was referring to her in character.
I mean,
Yeah.
they can consider her a goddess, but not the kind of goddess
not a-
you might think initially.
Why
She's
do
not
you
a
think
goddess
she
either.
tightened my armor?
Yeah, that kind of goddess.
Damn straight.
So you guys go back to the camp. You notice that the Goliaths are starting to like get up. They're like maybe setting up breakfast, doing random chores. You see that the chief is in the back with Lenny, kind of talking to him, kind of seeming going over some things.
Yeah, Ozone will go over with his plate of food while he's eating, just to stay on top of the local news, so to speak.
So if you walk up to him, you hear the chief say, "No, Lenny, for the last time you can't." And then when he sees you, he says, "Hi, how are you? How did you sleep?"
What's up? I give him a head nod, and I'm still eating, and it's like, I think I slept pretty well. Just having breakfast. Like,
That's
don't
good, that's
stop
good.
on account of me.
Will you be staying with us? Will you be staying with us longer, or do you have elsewhere to go?
I think we might be going. I'm not entirely sure. We tend not to hang
We
around.
had
that
a-
long.
We had a conversation last session. He was going next.
Yeah, but he's making small talk with Ozone.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. It's okay. Well, feel free to enjoy our hospitality until then. Is there anything you need?
No, like I'm good. Like just wanted to say thanks for the hospitality and stuff. I'll take the hint. And I'll just like start continue eating, just munching on it, and slowly walking away.
Okay.
See you around, bro.
Bye, Ozone.
Bye, dude. Ozone doesn't even know this guy's name.
Carl.
Oh, that's right.
Carl.
Yeah.
He kills people, Carl. Sorry.
I loved it so much that I kept it. I put a ring on it. I loved it, so I put a ring on it. Yep.
Then Carl.
So what are you guys gonna do? Are you going to pack up? Are you gonna go? Are you gonna stay for a while?
We were just resting, and then we were gonna go try to find the next set of people.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to do before that?
Level up.
You're funny.
No, not allowed. I guess. I think we're all good. It seems.
Okay.
See
All
you
right.
later, Lenny. Don't do anything stupid. Well, stupider than usual and die.
Oof.
Dude, that's so mean.
So when you say that,
All the Goliaths attack us. Well, me.
no, when you say that to Lenny just kind of smiles and he opens his arms and gives you a big hug.
I let him hug me. I just waited out.
Like with your arms at your side, straight down.
Yep.
head to the side. All right.
So yeah.
So, can you?
Let's break it up.
Hello? I can't
Yeah, I
hear you.
can't hear you at all.
Oh, can you?
No.
Nope.
No. Yeah, now there it is.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no.
Still can't hear you.
Typing it.
How's it now?
That was a lot better.
Okay. So I go up to him and I ask him, you said that we'd probably be best off if we went to the Lithari, right?
The Lithari are difficult to track and even more difficult to parlay with. You can try to go after them. It's not exactly hard. It's
You
not
said
exactly
they
hard
would
to
be
attract
on the
them.
way to the halfling.
Yeah.
They're around, but they'll usually find you rather than finding them. The halfling are the easiest to, I guess, get to or find. They're not exactly quiet, so you'll be able to kind of follow their trail. The Lithari are born hunters. They will not come out unless you lure them out. And luring them out is it's a bit. He kind of shakes his head.
All right. Well, could you possibly point us in the at least the direction of the hunting, or the areas that the like to roam?
Yeah, well, so he directs you west. He says the halfling lands, the lands that the halflings normally frequent are more to the west, which will coincidentally bring you closer to your destination anyway. Will bring you closer to where you need to be anyway. And the Lithari are wide ranging. They hunt all throughout the Nightlands. If it's urgent that you need to draw them out, you can set up a camp and leave offerings of meat and blood around the campsite.
Savory.
They will, and I told you it wasn't pleasant.
Yes.
They will likely come. The halflings are very in tune with nature's creatures, so you'll find them more so in areas that are heavily populated by a lot of natural wildlife. Which coincidentally you'll need to kill that natural wildlife to draw the Lithari.
Well, thank you so much for your help. And I have this for you. And I can't. God.
Yep, losing you.
Hello.
We heard an
Yeah.
hand.
I hand him one of the dream stones that I got from.
Okay. Alright, so he takes the dream stone and when he looks at it, he's like, oh yes. He said, oh yes, I know this well. I've seen this when I've seen Sumi wear these. Thank you. What this is for? What you need us for? Perhaps the Archduke.
Yes. Once we have recruited all of the archdruids, you will hear from us to meet us at the designated location for the ritual.
Understood, and I'll be there. Thank you so much for all that you've done for us.
Yeah.
You what?
I was kind of like walk away, like.
Irish goodbye.
Okay. As you're walking away, Addison, the two bro Goliaths that you spent the feast with, come running up to you and they kind of rush you on either side and give you a big hug to say goodbye.
Oh, perfect. It's like cat contentment when like I just like close my eyes and just drink it in.
Yeah. So they kind of scoop you up. They hug you one on each side. When they let you go, they put their hands on your shoulders. One rubs your hair a little bit. They're like, "Hope to see you again."
They fucking pet you.
Yeah, I mean they're huge compared to Addison.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Until we meet again. And I just like smirk.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you guys head out towards the west?
Yeah.
Yeah, just finish breakfast and head out.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I collect whatever supplies and provisions Carl said that he would give us for our journey.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So you collect some rations. They don't really have much money. You do get some sort of hunting traps that he has. And Lenny, when he notices that his father is giving you hunting traps, he kind of comes over to you and says, I know a good way to lure out the Lazari.
Oh?
Uh-huh. I used to have fun. I used to have fun racing them in the woods when I would turn into a wolf. They hate that, but I love it. It's fun. So I find something and I kill it, right? Yeah, and then I chop off one of its legs, and then I tie it to a string and tie it to my foot, and then I run through the woods. And the Lathari, they get attracted to the scent, and they chase me. They don't catch me though.
Okay, so we don't actually have to kill anything, we just need something to bleed.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Because I'm not about to kill just an animal. That's fucked up. You're kind of fucked up. But goodbye, Lenny.
I ate it.
After dragging it across the woods connect to your leg.
Yeah.
How druidic of you.
I know. Don't tell my dad. And then he goes away.
I just look at everyone. Glad.
What happened?
I just say to everyone as we walk away, I'm so glad to be rid of it.
Oh, Lenny.
So, so you guys continue east?
You said
We had Weast.
West.
Weast.
I already made that joke, Krzysztof.
You guys head west, excuse me, I'm sorry. And as you're going, like, so the lands around that mountainous area are somewhat barren. as you get further west away from the mountains, forest starts to build up more again. Forest starts to build up more again, but not really a lot. It's sort of like that dead forest that you saw kind of where you fought those hags. It looks similar to that. And in the distance, you can sort of see, in the distance to the south actually, you can see sort of what looks like a faint green haze. Roll a survival check.
All of us?
Yeah, why not?
It's one of my best skills.
Krzysztof, to answer your question, my laptop is being stupid, so it's still connected to my bed. So I'm in my bedroom, and Peter is in the other room.
Oh, that question. Okay.
Ooh, it's
Oh, 20.
I think mine's a 6. What'd you just... What?
minus R, because the /R looks like it's fucking up.
Oh, okay. I was very puzzled. I was like, I've never seen this before. Sorry, I forgot my modifier, so I'm opening up my character sheet.
You're like the kid in college that doesn't show up with any of the notes or laptop.
Can I borrow a pen?
No, that's Cathixis because he's not even gonna bother rolling.
Oh, because it's just talking about it, right?
No.
Okay, so any of you rolls above a 15, you notice, you recognize that haze in the distance as where all those mushrooms were. Like, sort of like southeast.
Oh, shit. Are those spores?
What? Oh, yeah, of course.
I
yeah,
say
those
that
are spores.
in character.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, Ozone will pipe in because I think he's the only one that had anything above the 15 as well.
I got a 17, that's why I said, are those spores?
Ozone, Daergram, and Addison got above the 15. So, and Nomenclature.
No,
yeah.
Was a 9, but yeah. No,
Addison got an 11, Daergram got a 9. Ozone and I are the only ones that noticed it.
Oh, so
Oh, wait, no, they just rolled.
Yeah, sidekick just kicked in.
Yeah.
And it was the opposite results, mostly.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Whatever, it's fine. So,
We all notice it.
Yeah, you notice it. Except for Cathixis, who doesn't give two shits.
Yeah. He's
So,
just going
so
back and
say
forth in his little cart.
I think that's those mushroom dudes we passed before. Was green a different color than what I know? They had like a red color that they were like.
So it started out initially green, and then there were points in time when they turned red, but green was sort of the rest state.
Standard. Okay, so there's nothing to be sort of alarmed once we realize that, like just from that concept, like it was green before, and so it's green now. So theoretically, nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's green. Like if you keep watching it, you'll notice that certain areas of that green haze will periodically turn red or fade to yellow and then turn back to red and then green. So it kind of like vacillates, but for the most part, it's all green.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Green haze.
Yeah. And that's to the southeast. They are left.
That's to the south of you guys.
That has to be from those that we saw before, because they also had spores that changed color, didn't they?
No, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned the spores.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, so that's what that is. So you're starting to notice that, like, you're kind of backtracking somewhat over somewhat familiar land. You haven't been in this particular area, but familiar land is not far off, so to speak. you're sort of heading back across the path you traveled across the Nightlands on, but further north. You're continuing to head west. As you're continuing to head west, you start to notice that some of the mushrooms are like closer to you now. Sort of like the area is wider than you originally thought it was, because it's coming up further north now. And some of the mushrooms and plants and trees and grass in the area that you are currently walking through they look gray.
I did
What
before.
happened?
I
What
said
happened?
I wrapped face like before.
You did what before?
They said they wrapped their face like they did before.
Oh, no, it's not. There's no haze in this
I'll
area.
cut these fuckers.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Listen, hey, be prepared. That's fine. But you notice that some of the mushrooms and grass, like I said, and trees, are gray, like an odd sort of gray color.
I go, that's different. I feel like we should avoid that.
Like,
I feel like you should avoid all mushrooms, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen.
Oh,
You're-
yes,
you're
for that
old
subtle
one?
white lady shade.
well, how is this like grayish area?
What happened?
How large is this like grayish area?
It it stretches in front of you, and you notice there seems to be patches of area. There seem to be just random patches of area that are very gray, and then there are some areas where there's just a little gray. But it seems to be sort of like sort of a strip in front of you, so to speak.
Yeah, I'd say we just try to do our best to stay away from like the more heavily grayed areas.
I agree.
Is there a
Alright.
texture to this grayness? That's
You gonna
Well,
touch it?
Thank you for asking, Ozone. Do you want to investigate?
Ozone would definitely love to investigate. This is the Ozone investigation episode. 20.
No,
minus
I will join in the investigation.
Yeah, so like I mean it's a different color, but yeah, I was just wondering what like is it made of different stuff? Like what's going on?
It's stone.
Well, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
So that's the reason it's grayer.
Yes,
Okay, alright.
it's stone. It's made of stone. So anything you see that's gray, it's because it's made of stone. So you see, the trees, the blades of grass, the mushrooms, they're petrified.
Oh no, that's not something we should be fucking around with.
Can I roll like see if I remember anything about things that become stone out of nowhere? Like
Natural 20.
Oh shit! Oh no!
no, that wasn't me.
I am so proud of you.
Oh, that's because you
rolled
did a
this.
full. That was for your investigation before.
That was my investigation roll. Like, wait, I didn't roll this.
I think it's
Wait, but no, that's gonna be your investigate. That's fine. That's gonna be your. You rolled twice. That's gonna be. I don't like letting 20s go to waste.
It's the tides of chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the type of chaos working in your favor. So Damn. Natural 20. Okay, so, things.
And I got a 23, so can I investigate as well?
Yeah, you can. Ozone, from your knowledge, you don't know of anything that just turns to stone of its own accord. You seem to remember a lesson way back when you were younger, and you were learning about the history of the world. That over time, over a long period of time, things can petrify, but usually those things, when they're being petrified, have to be underground. So it's really weird to see petrified plant matter just out and existing like a normal forest. Nomenclature, you know that you have a much more extensive schooling, so you know that for things to be petrified, it's a process of over millions of years. Like it's a process of over like thousands or millions of years, and and on this scale, it's kind of unprecedented. So your idea of this, when you see this, you think that this has got to be caused by something not natural. Now there are few things that you've read about that can petrify. Things that come to mind are cockatrices, gorgons. These are things that can cause things to petrify. But usually, something of those natures will not cause something on this grander scale. So, if it is something along those lines, it's much more powerful than say what you learned earlier.
I look at the rest of the party and I say, oh shit. This isn't natural. And I don't mean like, oh, everything's rocks. Whoa, that's not natural. I mean like, this is from another source. This didn't just happen. Something made this happen, and I'm afraid if we stay here, something will make that happen to us. You guys ever heard of, like, gorgons?
Are they native to this setting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most things that go bump.
So you mean that the enemies that turn other people into stone?
We haven't seen evidence of turning people into stone, but considering the scale of what has been turned to stone, I can assume that it'll turn us to stone.
It has to be something with very potent or wild magic.
Sounds like some very bad druidic magic.
No, not typically a druidic forte. Most petrifying abilities that are innate in creatures usually require line of sight and usually don't just turn inanimate objects to stone or organic material that can't see or sense that other creature. So it might be themselves. So we know that there is some blight that is washing over the land and killing a lot of the plant life. But maybe it's a wilder, more volatile form of magic, or something trying to learn how to harness that magic.
Either way, this spells a situation that I don't want to deal with.
Is it cloudy?
Like, I know that I rock, but I don't want to be stone.
Is it cloudy?
What?
Is it cloudy?
I think he's asking you.
The DM, is it cloudy outside?
Is it cloudy out? There are clouds in the sky. I wouldn't say it's cloudy in the sense of like the overcast.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. Keep walking.
Okay, so now you're cutting out. I can't hear. I'm sorry. Hello?
They said they're being sarcastic, and then they continue walking.
Okay. So, alright. So you continue walking through this, like, sort of mottled gray area?
Well, try to go around it.
Right, so you're trying to, like, kind of avoid the areas that are more gray?
Yeah.
Alright. So, in your travels through this, what you notice is,
Quick thing.
yeah.
I'd like to get inside of the cauldron.
That's up to Khorad.
Cathixis, you watch as I start to climb inside the cauldron.
I have it shake violently.
I slowly roll and rattle inside the
You have to tame it.
into
Press Y to tame.
ZL.
I hate you guys. Addison, roll me, I just showed trying to pick your way through the less stony areas. Could you roll me an investigation, please?
Should I just do the minus thing?
The
Yeah.
minus thing? What minus thing?
Yeah, do the minus thing, because if you do the other one, it's not going to roll, and it's going to roll randomly later.
So what kind of roll did you want, DM?
They said investigation.
Hello?
Is the sound of the police?
Yeah, apparently.
Wait, are you still like traveling home?
No, I'm in my house. There's just happens to be a thing right outside. It just happens to be a car right outside. So
23.
23 for investigation check.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So you sort of notice that. So you're noticing as you're picking through that it's almost like there's a definite path, almost like a meandering. It looks like snake tracks, or like something that has that kind of serpentine, or maybe even like a slug-like body. Basically, there is a path of area that sort of weaves around and curves in kind of like complicated circles all around you. That is just stone, and anything that area touches, anything that particular area touches is stone. So it seems that whatever was traveling along this path, whatever it touches turns to stone. And whatever is in its general vicinity turns to stone, because you notice that like the path on the floor itself is not very wide.
Yeah.
It's not very wide. So like if you look at it, you're saying you rolled investigation.
I rolled investigation before, and I got 23, and I just rolled a 24 for an Arcana check.
Oh, Arcana. Oh, okay. So, well, the tracks themselves aren't magical. As far as magical knowledge about something that would make a track like that, there's 24. You say, huh? There's a particular form of
Naga?
No, aberrant undead.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there's a particular form of aberrant undead that is known to kind of calcify organic matter, just kind of passively. it like just its existence in an area kind of passively calcifies everything around it. The good thing that you remember about these creatures is that they're generally speaking benign. They don't really want to hurt anything. They don't really look to hurt anything. They just kind of meander around in search of knowledge or someone to communicate with, usually because they're so lonely. Now, the problem being is that their proximity to things turns things to stone. So you eventually have to find yourself away from them, or else risk turning to stone yourselves. These things are receptacles of a lot of ancient knowledge, though. So people tend to kind of seek them out to find out information. They're known as ancestor worms.
But you said through my previous investigation that I noticed a track.
Yeah, it's sort of like a path that kind of like meanders around its area. And it stretches a while. It stretches a while in each side. It's almost like this thing was sort of randomly just wandering around this area. You don't actually see the creature. You have no reason to believe that it's nearby either, because the path itself is so long and stretches so long in either direction. But it's something to watch out for.
Not about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep this to myself just to reduce or freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna keep a definite eye on it and do my best to try to guide us away from the.
Okay. It's kind of difficult to make the decision of what will bring you closer or further away from it because of how meandering the path was. I'd say give me another survival check.
Is that just for Addison?
Yeah, because Addison's keeping this information to herself.
7.
What you kind of come up with is that the path is just kind of too complicated to really dig into and figure out which direction the thing was traveling. You figure you'd be reasonably safe going. You figure the safest direction is to go back, but you don't necessarily feel that may be an option. So any of the directions would be equally safe and dangerous. You just have to you just know from your knowledge of the ancestor worm that you have to keep an eye out. And if you see it, to keep your distance.